Frosty.
Hey guys, time once again for another top 5 video. This time I'm going to be talking about my top 5 Sega Genesis games I haven't beaten. So at number 5 I'm going to cheat a little bit, and this comes by way of Sonic's Ultimate Sega Genesis collection. I actually don't own a physical copy of Streets of Rage 3. Now this game, for a lot of Sega Genesis players, it is a hard game. It's probably one of the toughest Genesis games on the entire library. And I've beaten the first 2 Streets of Rage games. I'm really proficient and prolific in beat-em-ups. I really do enjoy them. But for whatever reason, Streets of Rage 3 I can't beat it. Even with Retroman's help, we still can't beat it. So one of these days, we're just going to have to sit down and actually defeat this game once and for all. So at number 5, Streets of Rage 3. At number 4, it's a game that I don't really hear a lot of game players talk about, but that's the original Spider-Man, or aka Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin. Really good little platformer, and this is coming from a guy that used to play on the NES, Spider-Man Return of the Sinister Six, and that one wasn't really that good. We got that as a birthday gift way back when we were like 10 or 11, and even then, kind of Retromat knew that it wasn't a really good game. I kind of gave it a little more praise, unfortunately. But then Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin came around, and I mean, it's night and day. This game is a lot better, a lot more fun, but it is frustrating. And for whatever reason, I just need to donate a little bit more of my time to actually beat it. So at number 4, it's Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin. 3 is kind of essentially the same thing as number 4. I just need to devote some more time to it, but that's Rolling Thunder 2. And for those people that haven't played the Rolling Thunder series, you're kind of missing out because it's a really cool arcade platformer shooter. And the Genesis games, number 2 and 3, are really good. You don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but those games are freaking awesome. You get different weapons in this version. You can go through different doorways and different pathways to find different items, and there's boss battles, so it's really cool. And it has a password system, so it's just essentially a matter of time that I just have to devote some time to this game, and then I'll finally finish it. So, Rolling Thunder 2. At number 2, it's another great Konami title, and that's Rocket Knight Adventures. I think it's just time. It's just time that, these games aren't too terribly tough except for Streets of Rage 3. I just need to devote some more time and some more love to my Sega Genesis, especially Rocket Knight Adventures. Very cool game, very great looking game, cartoony game, platformer. And I really like the the rocket pack kind of gimmick where you're kind of flying around, or you can kind of shoot yourself around. It's really cool, but I just need to, again, I'm going to be beating a dead horse, you guys. I just need to devote some more time to my Sega Genesis. Last and certainly not least, number 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Now, unfortunately, I don't really like Sonic 3 as much as I like Sonic 1 and 2. I've finished both of those games with the Chaos Emeralds and without, so I got the best endings. But Sonic 3, I don't know, maybe it's just the bonus game that I really hate. How you're kind of rotating that whole landscape where you're collecting those orbs. I really don't like that. I wish they kind of stuck with number 2, where you're kind of like in that tube, racing around, grabbing rings. But Sonic 3, you got to devote a lot of time. You got to explore a lot, and I don't know. Maybe it's just the boss battles I just don't like. There's something about the game that I just kind of scratches me the wrong way, I guess. So I really need to finish off the trilogy, or the quadrilogy, Sonic and Knuckles as well. I haven't finished, but the first 2 games I love. The third one, I know it's a great game, it's a good game, but for me, it's just not as good as 1 and 2. So Sonic 3, I still have not finished yet. Alright guys, so that wraps up another top 5 list. Let me know down in the comments below, what are some Sega Genesis games that you have yet to finish? So I'm Will, this is the Max Impact 24 channel. Hit that like button, subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so let's keep that going, you guys. Really appreciate it. So in the meantime, in between time, for those about to retro, we salute you. Take care.